sunglasses and I'll just close my eyes the whole time. Not looking at any of you. Yeah, it's my first time. I brought some friends with me to give me some emotional support, some complimentary laughs, try to trick the rest of you into thinking that I'm funny. Good work. They're good friends. They give me lots of good advice. The advice I get from all of my friends is that I need to clean my house a bit better. Apparently people like to see a carpet, but I like having all of my stuff, I call it easily accessible. I don't have to go digging through drawers, looking for shit. It's just, oh, it's right there. And it also keeps me fit. Because most of you get up in the morning, I'm sure, go to the kitchen, have a cup of coffee, have a nice leisurely stroll. I get an obstacle course first thing out of bed. I've got an Ethernet cord, hot stepper, the slalom of boxes of cleaning supplies from Bunnings that I've never used, and finish it off with the clean and dirty laundry basket hurdles. I've also got piles of clothes that are in limbo between clean and dirty. I got them well organized from the ones that I've worn once, twice, 3 times, maybe I should wash those. It's weird for me to say my house because, first, I've lived in apartments for so many years here, but also I didn't really buy it. The bank bought the house, and I'm an indentured servant to Westpac for the next 30 years. On a similar note, my mom died in January, and some comics might go, January 1995. No, it was this year, fine. But I got to have a lot of good time with her. It was awesome. My manager's here tonight. He's been awesome. My coworkers were all awesome. They worked really hard to allow me free time with her. So I got to go home, spend a couple months, and unbeknownst to me, she had a pretty substantial life insurance policy. And she didn't tell me anything about it, which I was glad for because I'm the kind of person that second guesses every single thing I do. So now I never have to wonder if I gave her those last few foot rubs because I love my mom from the bottom of my heart or because I was just trying to get a bigger cut than my brothers. What I'm trying to get around to say is that it was actually my mom and the bank that bought the house and I'm just trespassing. But she got quite religious towards the end, like crazy, like radical off the wall, like believing in God and shit. I'm a brutally honest person. Some prefer the term asshole. But this was one time I was able to just swallow my pride and look at her eyes and go, yes, there is a God and he loves you and you're going to heaven. Now, either I'm right and she'll never know that I'm mocking her faith, which is ironic because that was her name, but if she's right, she can tell me all about it in 36 years when I'm dead. And yeah, I know it's going to be 36 years because I just had my midlife crisis. It's kind of fun having a midlife crisis. You get to try out new things, get to try out a new haircut, hairstyles up here, all of this, and a couple other places. And I got a motorcycle, crashed that. Even that was fun. Slid for about 30 meters on my buttocks and wound up with just a scratch on my forearm. Coincidentally, the same thing happened when I crashed a hang glider. I just walked away with a little scratch on my forearm, and I think my guardian angel is just trying to warn me that if I keep it up, he's going to make it look like a suicide. The only thing I can do for my mom now is fulfill her dying wish that I, her youngest and most beloved son, win a free pizza at a bar that she's never Totally forgot my place. Yes, okay. I know it's going to be 36 years because of my midlife crisis. I think 72 is a good score. It's a passing grade. People in their wait till their mid-50s to have a midlife crisis, they're just bad at math. Another part of my midlife crisis, I got my first tattoo. I got the word, thank you. I got the word veritas written across here, which is Latin for truth. And the truth is very important to me. And I care very much about the truth. And the truth is, I didn't get it lined up properly, and the S too low, and it drives me fucking nuts. And every morning I look at it in the mirror, and I'm trying to tilt my head, look at it from different angles, and trying to convince myself that it's straight, which is probably just a metaphor for myself as a whole. Speaking of a hole, here's a whole another truth. I have never used a hairdryer to dry my ass hair. I have used one of those little electric box heaters, the one that's got the safety switch on the bottom that goes over, won't burn your house down. It works like the trigger on a hairdryer, very convenient. But to my friends who are here, don't worry, it's not the one that's in my living room. The truth is, it is the one that's in my living room, and if it makes you uncomfortable, just don't come over during the summer. Any other ostensibly straight men trim their eyebrows? All right. I told once that I have old man eyebrows, and I know what you're thinking, Ryan. Your eyebrows are so youthful, so vigorous, and it's all cosmetic work. I found a good way to keep them in check. If I'm wearing a beanie and I look surprised in the mirror, I can see that the eyebrow hairs that stick down get the snip, keep everything in line. And I know what you're thinking, Ryan. Why are you putting on a beanie and practicing looking surprised in the mirror? And the truth is, I don't have a good answer for that. Neither does my therapist. Some other good advice that my friends gave me is to write what you know about tonight, and the truth is they didn't tell me that. It was just a good segue into the next joke. I know teeth. I'm a dentist, and it ties into what she was talking about. I think you run a patient, right? Heard about that. Some guy came in talking about But yeah, no, I know teeth. I know teeth quite well. There's like 40 of them. You've got your molars, then you've got your premolars. No, I suppose you've got your premolars, then your molars, then your postmolars, your canines, your cuspids, your eye teeth. This would be a lot funnier if you guys were dentists. Okay. So, all right, if dentistry makes you uncomfortable, let's talk about sex. Let's talk about sex and dentistry. I found out recently the term prostitute is not politically correct. You're supposed to use the term sex worker now. I heard this on a Netflix comedy special, so it has to be true. I, knew there was some slight negativity associated with words like hooker or whore, but apparently prostitute has, I just thought it was a job description. But if that's the way things are going, especially considering how many people have very strong opinions about dentists here in New Zealand, I'm thinking about changing my title to a tooth worker. I think it's important that, we follow good examples. I think there's a lot of similarities between the two professions. We both have high legal hygiene standards. We both prefer cash. A lot of people come to see us really nervous. But despite all of the people transitioning these days, transitioning from a tooth worker to a sex worker might not be as easy as it sounds. A lot of things that make for a good dentist make for a terrible lover. Yeah, you're always stuffing the person's head between your laps, never returning the favor, and you constantly saying things like, "Does that hurt? Are you okay?" Don't worry, I'm just going to give you one little prick in the mouth. Okay, I finished. You can spit in the sink and then you're free to go. Of course, the things that make for a bad dentist make for an even worse lover. You don't want to say, "Geez, that's a disgusting hole. Oh, do you ever clean in there? That is the worst crack I have ever seen." All right, I'm just going to give you a quick filling because I got like 4 other people. All right, that's it for me.